Don't you just love it when we use a zero fray wreath method? Well, today we are using a 12-inch wreath form and the Nadia method to make a gorgeous wreath for this guy's groomer. My friends, I had the hardest time finding a groomer here in Charlotte that I trusted. I even had a really bad incident before the one we just found, and then this groomer, I fell in love with them. It's just a set of these girls who do this, and it just seems so cozy and warm. Long story short, we're going to make a wreath for this sweet doggy's groomer. Hello my friends, and welcome to DIY with Nadia. This sweetness right here is Louie, and we are ready to get started on our zero fray Nadia method wreath. Supplies for the sweet little wreath we are making today, starting with 2 rolls of Deco Mesh. Sometimes I use the same type of Deco Mesh, sometimes I like to do 2. I think it looks prettier when you combine 2 colors in the Deco Mesh, and I'm going to be using 2 rolls that are 10 inches each, 10 yards in length. You're going to need almost a full roll of each. When it comes to the ribbon, I just chose what would look the best with the sign. First, I am choosing this animal print one. This one is 2.5 inches wired, absolutely adorable. For that elegance, I'm going to use this mesh ribbon. Absolutely love this stuff. 1.5 inch wired yellow ribbon. You're going to need pipe cleaners, a sign. This sign is 5.5 by 9 inches in height. I think it's so cute. It came in a set of 2 at the Dollar Tree. I used the other one up a bit ago. And for our wreath base, we are using a 12-inch metal wreath form. This wreath form has 5 sections, but these sections are a little bit bigger than the one on a 14-inch frame, because the 14-inch frame does have 6 sections, but these 5-inch little sections are just a little bit bigger. I got this wreath form on Temu, and I will list everything I'm using and where I purchased it in the description box below. To prepare my pipe cleaners, I'm going to cut them in half. You're going to need 23 because we're going to need 45 pieces. I'm going to add 1 to have an even number. 46 divided by 2 is going to be 23. I have really strong scissors, but use whatever is appropriate to cut your pipe cleaners. And I always fold them in half to make a little V. I just find this so super helpful when I'm actually working to grab it and put it straight on my bow and then to tie it up. Let's get started with our Deco Mesh. I'm going to be cutting my Deco Mesh into 15-inch strips. That's going to give us 24 pieces per Deco Mesh roll, but we only need 23. If you're going to be using 2 rolls of the same Deco Mesh color and style, you're going to need 45 pieces. But if you are going to be using 2 colors like we are, we're going to need an even number of the white and the black. So I'm going to do 23 of each. That's going to give me a total of 46. One of our 5 sections is going to have an extra piece of Deco Mesh, which is just fine. That's just going to add to the fullness of our wreath. So step 1, let's cut our Deco Mesh into 15-inch strips. To cut my Deco Mesh, I'm using one of my favorite rotary cutter. It comes in many colors, and I'm going to have a link for it in the description box below if you're interested. I have been using this one for a few years. It cuts so good. It cuts through everything you need. Sometimes I overlap my Deco Mesh and cut it that way. It'll cut just as well. I overlap the black Deco Mesh over the white. Let's measure our 15 inches. Give it a go. It cuts just as smoothly as it did when I was cutting a single piece of Deco Mesh. Now I'm just going to store my Deco Mesh in a laundry basket next to me until I get all 23 pieces of each color. It is time to bring the Nadia Method little bows to life. Grab a piece of Deco Mesh and slowly unroll it until it's overlapping about 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to put it vertically and press it down because this piece is a long piece. I'm going to have a finger at the top and I put my thumb at the bottom while I collect from the bottom right here all the way up. Remember how we made the little V's? That's the nice thing. When I pick this little bow up, this part is going to be smooth and I'm going to put my little pipe cleaner right on there on this side, hold it in place, push this back and give this a few good twists, and bam, we have a beautiful, beautiful bow. Grabbing our next piece of Deco Mesh, I'm going to unroll until it's overlapping about 1.5 inches. Put it vertically and make sure that this overlap is right in the center. With one finger at the top, my thumb right in the center, I'm going to come from the bottom and start collecting right on top of that overlap. That's what's going to seal everything in. Flip my bow. This is the smooth end. Grab my pipe cleaner, put it right on. Then I'm going to grab it from this side, pull my bow back, a few twists, and bam, we have a gorgeous bow ready to go. And that's it, my friends. At this point, all I'm going to do is sit down, turn on my favorite show, and start making these little bows. They're so super simple, so easy, but it's a zero fray method because all of that Deco Mesh edging that was cut is right inside. Push it back, a few twists, and off I go making all my 46 bows. My Nadia Method no fray bows are all done. Let's move them to the side. Here is how we're going to attach to this wreath. In each section, we are going to attach 9 of these, and one section we're going to do one more, so it's going to be 10 in one section, 9 in the rest, just because I want to do every other. So I want to do black, white, but if we do 9 everywhere, we're going to have a double somewhere. Therefore, I did that extra 46. We're going to go all the way around and just attach. It's so easy. The next thing we need to decide is what rows we're attaching the bows to. If you have a small sign or want to keep the wreath on the smaller side, then attach to rows 1 and 2. If you have a bigger sign and still would like to use this wreath, then attach to 3 and 4. I'm going to go on rows 2 and 3 right in the center because I feel like that's going to be the perfect size for the sign that I'm going to use, and of course the bow we're going to put on. When attaching the bows, I like to keep my wreath base upside down. That way you're just going from the back and all the way around. I'm going to twist in the center, and because this pipe cleaner is 6 inches, you're really not going to have too much left over, so I'm just twisting it and folding it back. If you would like for a thicker contrast between the colors, then you would do 2 white, 2 black, 2 white, 2 black all the way around. But I'm going to do every other with my colors. Also, if you are using one color, so say this wreath is going to be white all the way around, then you just need 45 and you're going to attach 9 of these bows per section. One section is done. Look how beautiful and full this is going to be. I'm so excited. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of the sections, and then we're going to work on our sign and our bow. All right, my friends, all of my little no fray bows are on. Look how beautiful this looks from the back. Now let's flip, and here is the front. Now we get to choose where we want our sign to go and where we want our bow to go. Maybe you want to put the sign here and the bow on top. Because this is a tag, I feel like having it on an angle at the bottom would be perfect, and then the bow right here. The first thing I do want to do is take care of the sign itself. I'm going to remove this little ribbon. Next, I'm going to grab a ribbon that I have on hand, and I'm just going to make a very, very simple bow. In fact, I'm going to make it way smaller because I think it just needs a sweet little bow. I'm not going to tie anything. I'm just going to hot glue the bow together. Then I'm going to cut the little tails on an angle. Make sure the other one is the same length. This next step you don't have to do. Sometimes I do it with a little tea light, but this time I have a lighter, and all I'm doing is just heating the edge. I'm not even touching the flame. I just need it to be by the flame so it warms up. That's it. That's all I did. Now what that does is make sure the edge is not going to fray. It's not going to go anywhere. It's time to hot glue it in place. Nice dollop of hot glue in the back. Place the bow right over that center. For the center of the bow, I'm grabbing a little button. You can grab whatever you have on hand, and just a little bit of hot glue, and place that right in the center. I'm going to let this cool before I attach my pipe cleaners to the back. Now I'm going to flip my sign, and I'm going to attach pipe cleaner at the top and at the bottom. Grab 2 little felt pieces. These are about 1 inch by 2 inches. 2 pipe cleaners, I'm going to fold them in half, and at the top I'm going to make what I call a little C, just a little flat area. This makes it easy to attach. Do a little line of hot glue. Put my pipe cleaner on, and then I'm going to do a little bit of hot glue at the top, on top of my little pipe cleaner, and at the bottom, and then I'm putting my felt piece right over. This is going to just glue the whole thing together. My friends, I promise you, this pipe cleaner is going nowhere. Going to add a second one to the bottom. Next, we are going to put our bow together, starting with our paw print ribbon. Let's measure off a nice tail, and let's go over the rules. If our ribbon is one-sided like this one, meaning the print is on one side, not on the other, we are going to twist every time we go through the dowels. If our ribbon is double-sided, which means same print on both sides, we're just going to zigzag up. In this case, we're going to twist, and we're going to make our first little loop. I'm going to measure 4.5 inches, and I'm going to make 3 loops. Since we went through the dowels, let's twist. Loop number 2, 4.5 inches, twist, and loop number 3. Cut off the ribbon. Next, I'm going to do the mesh ribbon, but I'm going to use a roll that's almost used up. And let's start with a tail. And of course, this one is double-sided, so we're just going to go up. Because this ribbon is pretty much see-through, we're going to keep it at 4.5 inches also. Here we go. We are just zigzagging up. The white is going to give it a little bit of elegance. We have our 3 loops, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use up this ribbon. Do another one. Okay, I think that's it. We're just going to keep that at 4. The yellow ribbon is going to give us a pop of color. Let's go to this side. With this bow, I'm going to make my loops just slightly smaller at 4.25, and I'm going to make 3 loops. We don't need to make more with this one. Last one. And then I'm going to finish up with the animal print one, but this time I'm going to have the tails coming off of this side. It's just going to be easier to lay out because I already have 2 on this side. And now we twist again with this one because it is one-sided. Since we're all the way at the top, I'm going to go down another 1/4, and this time this ribbon I'm going to keep at 4 inches. So twist, and I'm going to make 3 loops. That's it. That's more than enough. I think this bow is big enough. Do another twist and our 3rd loop. Cut off the tail. Next, I'm going to grab a zip tie, pick everything up, and my zip tie is going to go like this. Kitty corner to the other side. I'm going to bring it together, and all I want to do is hear a few clicks. All right, now we can take it off. Make sure our zip tie is in the center, and that's when you really tighten up that zip tie. Let's get rid of the excess tail. Grabbing another pipe cleaner, I'm going to wrap it around the center and give it a few twists. The next thing I'm going to do is make dovetails from our tails. And usually I'll just keep these longer. If I have to, I'll make them shorter on the wreath. It's really not necessary to do dovetails on the mesh ribbon, but I did it anyway. Time to bring everything together. First, let's attach our bow. I'm going to do the same thing, go on rows 2 and 3. But here's the most important thing. Don't pull it all the way in. Keep it up. What I like to do is just keep it on top and push back about 1 inch. Let's bring it together. That way it's going to be stable at the top. I think I even pulled a little too much. Let me let go a little bit. We need the bow to be stable at the top, but not seated too far in. I think that's pretty good. Now that we have the bow, I think I like the sign about there. All right. And then attach the bottom part of our sign. Since we're in the back, I'm going to grab a little steering wheel cover, and that is how we're going to cover the back. All I'm doing right now is stretching, grabbing a little clamp, put it right over that 4th row, clamp it, and slowly start making my way around the wreath. All done. There we go. You know, this is much easier than to do it on a 14-inch wreath form. And this wreath is so dense. I'm having a hard time putting the steering wheel on. Going to go to the bottom, grab a little business card, and then I'm just going to staple it straight to the back. That's taken care of. And now comes my favorite part, and that is messing with this bow. We're going to start opening up those beautiful loops, twisting it as we're picking up those layers. This is such an elegant little element in our wreath that I love using this mesh ribbon. Let me mess with the bow a little bit and I'll be right back. Right, my friends, this bow is making me smile, which means we are done with this gorgeous zero fray little Nadia Method wreath. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful, and I think this will be such a sweet gift for Louie's groomer. I hope you enjoyed this wreath tutorial. If you would like to see another method using a 12-inch wreath, definitely let me know in the comments below. For now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, give us a thumbs up. As far as Louie and I, we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye, my friends. Mwah. Mwah. Bye, guys.